All right, now this is going to hit Congress very hard on its face because the picture that we are beaming right now is of the former finance and former home minister at the UPA during 2013, P. Chidambaram, sitting with that man behind him who is called Mullah Abdul Salam Zaif, one of the Taliban founders, and remember, somebody considered close founder of Mullah Omar, who in fact headed the Taliban government. This is the story that we are breaking right now. Our political editor Aishwarya Kapoor is covering the campaigning in Gujarat, joining me live from Ahmedabad with Sambit Patra of the BJP. Aishwarya, breaking the story first and big on Republic TV. Aishwarya, it's over to you. Now, even when the dust had not settled on the niche comment on the Supari charge by the Prime Minister on Manishankar Iyer, and then the Congress-Pakistan secret quote-unquote meeting, this is next for Congress, taking it to a next level completely. You had Pakistan first, and now you have Taliban charge. Aishwarya, over to you.
Well, absolutely, Sakal. Mr. Patra, the Congress party doesn't seem to stop embarrassing itself. Now you have the former Home Minister in the same frame, right next to the man who had led the Taliban government, the closest aide of Mullah Omar. This Maulana, or this Mullah, as he's called, Mullah Saif, he was the closest, and he was in Guantanamo Bay till 2005. When will Congress end?
As far as all these exposes are concerned, these are speaking volumes as far as the character of Congress is concerned. And if you connect all these dots, it speaks of a voluminous conspiracy. We had seen right from the very beginning that whenever there are testing times in India, there are important occasions or there are critical period, why does the Congress always change its stance towards the other side? In the sense that, remember, it was Dokalam, and your own channel came out with the exposure that Rahul Gandhi went and did not ask questions of the Indian Prime Minister or the Indian Defence Minister or the Indian Foreign Minister, but went and had a talk with the Chinese convoy. Initially, the Congress spokespersons rejected it. I remember Surjewala holding a press conference and outrightly rejecting this expose by none other than Arnab Goswami. But later, when all the evidences were put forth by your channel, thereafter they came to the forefront and said, well, we accept. Secondly, today when we have an important political occasion in the country as Gujarat elections, they meet the Pakistani envoy. Mr. Manmohan Singh, Dr. Manmohan Singh, the former Prime Minister, welcomes the former Minister of Pakistan. They all have a clandestine meeting. Your channel exposed that. Initially, Anand Sharma comes out and denies that there is no such meeting that has taken place. And suddenly today, he wants the apology of the Prime Minister. He should be apologizing. The Congress should be apologizing. And now this kind of picture where we see the former Home Minister and a very vocal Mr. P. Chidambaram for Azadi of Kashmir. The same Mr. P. Chidambaram who wants autonomy for Kashmir, Azadi for Kashmir, stands with the stone pelter, speak against the army chief when the army chief supports action against stone pelters. And remember, your own channel had a story on Major Gogoi where P. Chidambaram wanted to side with the opposite, not with the Indian army. The same P. Chidambaram, we have pictures of Mr. P. Chidambaram now with Mullah Omar's right-hand person, the person who was in captivity. Exactly this Mullah Zaif, and the person who was in captivity under America till 2005. He is a proven terrorist. Why does Mr. P. Chidambaram and other important Congress leaders have to share their stage with people like these? And moreover, and this becomes contextual, when we have Salman Nizami also sharing stage as a Congress worker in Gujarat, and
seems to be joining
all these dots seem to be joining in.
To the secret meeting, to this man, to this picture, somewhere or the other, Congress is in the dock, but they are still not coming out with any explanation. On the contrary, as you said, they are seeking an explanation from the BJP, from the Prime Minister, for even raising these issues, Mr. Patra.
Exactly. The most important issue over here is the initial denial from the Congress party comes abruptly. When any of these exposes are made, including Dokalam, including the Pakistani envoy meet, including this picture of Mr. P. Chidambaram, the Congress immediately begins by a denial. And thereafter, when more and more proof and evidences come to the forefront, thereafter they say that, well, what's wrong in it? The issue is, if nothing is wrong in it, why don't you come and accept it right in the very beginning? That you don't accept it right in the very beginning, that you don't pronounce what was the agenda in these meetings, only puts the Congress party in the dock. That if nothing was wrong, why were you clandestine in the first part? Only after the evidences are out, you start speaking, meaning there was something wrong. जिसको कहते हैं हिंदी में, मन में कहीं ना कहीं चोर है, तभी तो ये छुपा के रखने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं.
So that's right, Sakal, you just heard BJP national spokesperson Mr. Sambit Patra hitting back at the Congress party and seeking an explanation and not a U-turn, because that's what Congress has been doing ever since we've been breaking this information here, Sakal.
Aishwarya, just one last question for Sambit Patra. Now, do you think this is also going to take a sort of center stage, because we still have 24 hours left as far as the second phase of the high-octane second phase campaigning is considered? Congress will try to defend, obviously, but then in Gujarat polls, this might have some sort of, because Gujarat being one of the border states.
Well, absolutely. Mr. Patra, the fact of the matter remains that, as we've seen, Congress is first going to deny, and then they're going to take a U-turn and then seek an explanation that this picture is old. He is not looking at the man. He is not right next. All this counter is going to come in. But at the end of the day, we've seen the Prime Minister raising the secret meeting issue. We understand that how sensitive these very issues are. The fact of the matter that the Prime Minister and then the BJP National President, both of them picked this issue up. But where do you feel that the Congress will stop? Because Congress party and their leaders are rather adamant enough to not only counter this, but to completely deny this. They are, in a sense, it's also being termed, and we have your spokesperson on record, they're trying to mislead the people of Gujarat somewhere or the other.
Exactly, and that is why when Prime Minister was speaking in Banaskantha, and remember that is a border region of the country, so naturally it is extremely important that issues which pertains to national security must be delivered in a detail, and that's what the Prime Minister was questioning in a democratic country as to how and why you should be holding these kind of clandestine meet. And the people who were in the list were not the people who were least known. They're the people of great importance. The former Prime Minister of the country, the former Foreign Minister of the country, they were all present in this meeting with the Pakistani envoy as well as the former Pakistani minister. My question is today, Mr. Anand Sharma said that the former Pakistani minister had come to India to attend a wedding. If he had come to attend a wedding, then what was the reason for all these important people to roll out a red carpet for him? Are they running a parallel government? Do they still feel that they are the ones who are running the government?
So that's the fact.
And I have a very important point to make. If he would join the dots, as something is amiss over here. Let me tell you, after this meeting and the niche comment by Manishankar Iyer, there was a very important event in Delhi in which Manishankar Iyer claims that because of Modi, the India-Pakistan relationship has soured. If the relationship does not improve, how will the Indian Muslims be integrated into India?
Absolutely, Mr. Patra. So, Sakal, that's line
right,
BJP
Aishwarya.
hitting back at Congress, right from that secret meeting to this picture. BJP seeking an explanation from the Congress party now.
True. Yes. First it was Pakistan and now it's Taliban for Congress party. Let them explain. Many thanks, Aishwarya Kapoor, our political editor. Keep tracking that story in good...